Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. I know it's been quite a while since the last one. I think 4 months ago now. It was at the beginning of the year. I do apologize for that, but I am now back with a reaction video to the entirety of the Spamton Sweepstakes from Deltarune, which was apparently 3 years ago now, which is insane. I can't believe it's taken me this long to finally see what this is all about. This is basically a full summary of the Spamton Sweepstakes by a channel called Two Left Thumbs, so please, if you haven't, make sure to watch his video or their video before this one. This video is very long, it's 2 hours basically, so probably gonna be here for a while, and I imagine they took a lot of time to putting this together, and meanwhile, I'm just going to be sitting here watching it, so please, like I said, support the original creator first before an idiot like me. And with all that being said, I am very, very curious to see what this is about, because from everyone I've heard mention the Spamton Sweepstakes, they've talked about how it is, like really big, like, in terms of stuff that it reveals, and it's actually pretty important, which is why I am making this. Now, this obviously released when Chapter 2 was still fairly new. I think it was done for the 1-year anniversary of that, so I don't know if any of this is like stuff that we know now from Chapters 3 and 4, or what. But I'm very curious to see what this is going to be covering. Let's find out. I think, alright. It's just auto-generated subtitles, but it'll probably be good enough. Let's begin in 3, 2, 1.
For anyone who missed out on this weekend's Spamton Sweepstakes, it was a wild ride.
I do remember
just
some
had
of these
so
clips.
much fun making it, even though it gets,
Yeah.
it can get a little...
Yeah, fresh people. Spamton ass! Your best fuck!
What?
Don't put that in there. I didn't spend years inside the ring for nothing. Years inside the ring. Years inside the ring. Years. Spamton ass!
What?
Yeah, it gets a little weird sometimes. How's it going, everyone? My name's Graham, and welcome to Two Left Thumbs. Today, I'm doing a video overviewing this weekend's Spamton Sweepstakes.
Was
Allow
it just
me to
over
catch
a
you up
weekend?
on things, share all the unexpected secrets that were dropped along the way, attempt to explain as much as I can, and lace in some small theories here and there. Mostly, I'm just working to document, organize, and present as much as I can. It was a charity event to celebrate the 1-year release of Deltarune Chapter 2. And as fans quickly determined, there were Easter eggs hidden just absolutely everywhere. And of course, people immediately came asking for me to do a video on it. And when I say people, I mean like 3 of you. But hey, I'm thrilled to be anyone's first thought when something like this comes about. It's so encouraging for me and makes it all the more fun to put together a video like this.
These
Probably
clips.
my favorite part of the presentation, though, was...
Oh. What is this? Is this some kind of personal project?
For anyone who watched the Spamton Value Network, that has nothing to do with it. That is our first official tease of the game we are working on, Picayune Dreams.
Oh, cool.
Fast-paced, challenging, bullet hell, roguelike, horde survival gameplay. That's a long string of words that says a heck of a lot, yet also reveals so little about what the game actually is. We can't wait to put this one in your guys' hands.
It looks
There will
good,
be a link
actually.
down below. Please go wishlist it to let Steam know you're interested.
Let me see that, actually. It's been 3 years since this video came out, so is this game out now? It is. And it has really good reviews. And it's only $5. One of my friends actually plays this game. That's cool. Be sure to check it out if you haven't.
I think the best place to start is looking at all the secret links and other weird details that were hidden in the Sweepstakes website. My favorite part of this sort of 90s themed website, which, probably it's meant to be about 1997, is that when you click on this audio file and get to listen to the Big Shot theme, a little dancing Spamton appears off to the left, which is a reference to this famous little animated baby that people would post on their websites in the 90s.
I had no idea
ask me why it exists,
that GIF was actually
the peak of internet
officially made for something.
But in the off chance that doesn't happen, it feels all the more important to record it, document, and archive this stuff. About Spamton.
It does make it very convenient.
It's me, the #1 greatest salesman, Spamton G. Spamton. You may know me from everything, which I think is meant to be a little bit of a joke playing off Troy McClure from The Simpsons.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such nature films as Earwigs, Ooh, and Man vs. Nature, The Road to Victory.
Which himself is just parodying the way that TV personalities used to introduce themselves. So it's hard to say it's for sure a reference, but I want
I don't know if it is specifically a reference to that random Simpsons clip.
To point it out. And now I'm only getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I've never gotten smaller. I've never gotten smaller. Hidden in the descriptions of many of these prizes are random links to secret pages. Several of these links take us to a blog. I'll have a dedicated...
Hold on, I want to read that. Furthentic cardboard box. And it's the box that Noelle puts on in chapter 2. Free! Tired of facial recognition, but want everyone to know who you are? I do not remember the Spamton voice that I did, and I don't really feel like doing voices right now, like super high effort. This is a chill. Nothing works better than our faithful recreation of everybody's favorite frosted cereal box, complete with fine and skin-crawling details created by our hardworking team of disgusting freaks. Cool.
Several of these links take us...
I forgot that this had a bunch of, real-world prizes that people got. Man, I wish I got some of that. Not this. I don't really care that I didn't get this.
To a blog. I'll have a dedicated section later in the video where I look through all those, so I'll skip over sharing how to get to them for now. Checking out the toilet paper prize and...
Spamton toilet paper. Value is $13.50. Good God. That seems like a lot. Looking for a way to max out your TP? In style with the new Spamton toilet paper, each piece contains a motivational quote about how I will kill you.
The yourself links us to /sighting. Sighting 1997. During this sighting section, Digital Roots, a track from Chapter 2, plays in the background as it zooms into Spamton on a toilet. Clicking it changes it to a slightly different angle, again zooming in randomly on Spamton sitting on this toilet.
Dear God.
If you inspect the toilet paper more directly,
Peepus stickers for sale.
Rodeo is printed onto it. Maybe Blue Bubble is...
I've always been a man of the Pippers, a real Pippers person.
Another Peepus? I don't know. Bluebubble.rodeo is a real link. We're told to get ready for 2 minutes of mildly entertaining shootout action. Chris and Susie are both standing there in these little cowboy outfits.
From Chapter 3.
Clicking either character plays this whip sound.
Hold on. Am I going to be getting more out of this because Chapters 3 and 4 exist? And now I'm going to notice things that we had no idea. I mean, I guess a lot of people could have guessed that it was from future chapters, but these are definitely a reference to the cowboy stuff in Chapter 3.
Sound effect. Following the link of
championship
the champ,
belt.
It takes...
That is oh my God, that is an insane description for a championship belt. You won't become a big shot without taking a few fights. I have been beat. Oh my god. Considering I haven't done one of these videos where I had to do voices in actual months, this is gonna be difficult. Go straight to having to try and do Spamton lines. Oh my god. Down, shaken up, stirred around, cracked like an egg, had sand kicked in my eyes, had my nose metaphorically ripped off, kissed on the mouth, tucked into bed, drank my orange juice, fell down the stairs, what? And you know what? I still got up in the morning at 2 a.m. to go directly back to bed. Sound like, well, skip the line of people waiting to beat you into an ever-loving and become the champ directly with this commemorative belt. A belt is basically a ring for your ass. That's right. Wear this safety belt to school or work and you won't even have to wait in line for people to beat the out of you. Meanwhile, I can sneak out in the bed and...
Access to /dog. It is described
what is
at
that?
The top as being the Hall of Fame. Although there's only one thing here. There is an empty frame and a plaque underneath. Clicking these brings in the annoying dog and simply states, best eating. With Inu being Japanese
best eating
for dog. And this Inu receives quite a bit of fanfare with a little theme song playing behind it.
That's the song from the end of chapter 3. Oh my god. When Tenna is like, these are our grand winners. We should make a hall of fame just for you. And this is the song that plays.
Cute little guys links us to
Cookie of Boy. Like many buzzing and burning creators, we are expanding into selling expired food over the internet. Unfortunately, the big man's always flocking around the cute little guys like us who just want to make a quick buck by selling poison, so get around the Office of Rules and Regulations. We had to make it 100% inedible slime. Please read the fine print. If you aren't a little guy, you might need to press down to crouch. Fuck. Good God.
/Lancer. At the top reading, you're the annoying now dog, which is both in reference to Undertale and Deltarune's own annoying dog, Toby Fox's self-insert character,
Lancer's
and
Legend of
also
Tennis, right?
referencing the old popular website filled with early viral memes, YTMND, standing for You're the Man Now Dog, which was named after one of the first things posted on the website. That's basically all this site ever was. Some sort of repeating image, some crappy clip art style text, and one looping bit of audio. Yet there are things on this website
Toby Fox did in fact used to make YTPs, and this tracks.
That I still find funnier than almost anything else you could possibly show me. And when clicking on Little Lancer here, the reference becomes much more overt. Ho ho ho! You just got Lancered. From the Ralsei nurse doll, the Fluff.
Oh no. Oh no. This is why... Okay. I, for years, have been wanting the Ralsei nurse outfit. And I have been wondering why Fangamer hasn't had it on their site. Is this why? Was this the only chance you could get his nurse outfit? Literally one of his best non-default outfits in the game. Meanwhile, what, we plebeians who didn't... We have to get fucking horse Ralsei? Okay. Okay, it was for charity, so it's fine, but still I'm kind of crying a little bit about that. Maybe someday. It's been 3 years, but maybe someday. the rest of the world will get Ralsei Nurse.
Cell's link takes us to /Shadowman, although it still says you're the annoying now dog. We can see Chris, Susie, and Ralsei are all dressed up kind of like these 1920s era mafia people, although Ralsei seems to be a little bit more fashionable with the scarf.
As usual.
The Shadowmen are wearing socks, and when we blast them away, we knock their...
I had no idea that the Spamton Sweepstakes had so many future chapter teasers in it. I really was missing out at the time. What is wrong with me?
Socks off. One of them shoots these like jazz notes at us while the other one fires away with a Tommy gun, other things that I think are supposed to evoke that sort of 1920s era. So seemingly we're simply
this is still
being
really
shown
cool to see though
of an upcoming
after the
fight
fact.
in a future chapter. The scrap heap link takes us to fight in a future chapter.
Shirtwear 1.045 Spamton update patch. Free. These shoot-up bubblegum rappers thought they could make merchandise without me? Well, who's a custom embroidery now, you scrap heap?
The scrap heap link takes us to /RAM. We don't really know what RAM.
We know what RAM means now, and that there on the left is the exit door for the green room.
It could be something AM broadcasting. It's very likely to be TV related. And in the top it reads,
it is.
Where could this be? Clicking on this doorway opens up the green room, and we know it's called that because it was recently featured in a Deltarune development update. And for anyone uncertain, the green room is very much tied into this TV and movie.
I've always been following up on the Deltarune newsletters, basically since they have been a thing. But I had no idea that all this was here in the sweepstakes also.
What I predict will be the entire basis of the Chapter 3 Dark World. Now you can click on any of the doors in this room. The door on the left takes us to /Weather that has these two characters. One with a moon face and, I don't know, one that its head is a cloud, I guess. If you click on either one of them, we are taken to another YTMND style page. The weather always sticks together. So presumably these are two characters we're going to encounter and likely fight the weather people of this TV network that we end up at. Clicking
El
on
Nina and La Nina.
Right-hand door takes us to /TV. The top says it's off, with the little asterisks in front as if it were a character saying it in-game. This TV doesn't actually do anything. It appears to be the TV sprite taken from that ending cutscene of Chapter 2. So this entire portion of the secrets are all linking us forward into Chapter 3. And clicking the middle room takes us to the changing room listed as private. When you pull back the curtain, a Shadowman is there and screams before closing the curtain again. If you click fast enough, it also takes us to the shadow.
You know, I'm actually torn because I know that at the time, years prior to the actual release of the chapters, it doesn't really, it's not that big of a deal that it's showing like cute stuff like this. It's cool to have. But I also would prefer to see as little as possible, like nothing about a chapter before playing it, and then, you know, experience it myself.
Men battle preview. It's unclear what the odds are, but opening this curtain over and over, you have a slight chance of having Lancer appear. Just the shrunk down little chibi version that rotates around and when clicked, takes you to the /Lancer you just got Lancered page. On the Benjamin Franklin cube, the Blink.
Spamton 3D Celebrity Photo Cube, Outstanding Growth Award. Free. Chris, look, I turned myself into a cube. I turned myself into a 3D photo motivational glass cube, and now I'm frozen in there with some stupid famous genius I've never heard of. I can't believe I'm trapped together in one room and the door won't open until they... Hurry now, blink and you'll miss.
takes us to /blink. What? It has Susie passed out sleeping. If you click on her, she will open her eyes and blink now and again with a little sound effect playing.
From the very beginning of chapter 3.
In the commemorative ring, potentially it hurts.
Well, there are so many of these.
With a little sound effect playing.
All right. Spamton engraved wedding ring. Jesus. Show your devotion, your defecation, God, to the one you love most with this commemorative ring. If you promise me your heart-shaped object, I can promise you an honest man who will always be there to scream, "It hurts, it hurts." What's yours is mine, and what's yours is mine. Don't like it? Don't like it? Then don't worry. Like all of my commemorative rings, just slap it on any OG mama and they will be yours. You just need to change your name to Spamton. It's engraved.
In the commemorative ring, potentially it hurts is being singled out, connecting to the way the thorn ring hurts us when we're wearing it. It hurts, it hurts.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Damn you, Tina. And at the top, it requests...
Tina? Damn you, Tina. Oh my god. His name has been around for 3 years? Well, I mean, like, publicly to us. I know that Tina as a character has existed for much longer than that, probably. There's a version of TV World from 10 years ago.
We delete this. And we obviously don't know who.
That damn boob tube. You're the one that should be having a refreshing night's sleep in the recycling bin. Everything is his. Everything is his fault. Pay. Everyone is going to pay 5 easy payments of $9.99 until they're all in the disposal area begging for my... Everyone except... Man.
Who Tina is yet, but I'm guessing that is short for antenna. It would be like antenna, since this is all connected to TVs here. Hard to know for sure exactly how that's going to tie in. That damn boob tube, you're the one that should be having a refreshing night's sleep.
Hold on.
Written in hidden black text, Mike. Clicking on the TV takes us to a page of nothing but static with the title, "You're Early." Scrolling down does this kind of inverse thing where the static looks like it's moving the other direction. And
what are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. Oh my god.
What are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. And towards the very bottom of this page, there are 2 squares that exist outside the rest of the static. Very easy to see if you've highlighted them. Easy to miss if you hadn't. One of them also takes us to RAMB, that RAM page. The other takes us to this plain blue page. And at the top, aren't you forgetting something? Interestingly, static can also be referred to as snow. And when we scroll further...
Is this supposed to be like a very subtle reference to when the secret S-rank game shuts down? It like flashes blue before, or does it? Because aren't you forgetting something is the last line that you get if you didn't get the ice key and then played an S-rank door after that one, which is the first one. And then the game shuts down and doesn't let you continue.
Up this blue page, we start to get snowfall, which again makes me think everything would tie into Noelle and the holiday season and her cold snow-based powers. But we can click on this lone black rectangle, which takes us to Ice Palace Glacier. No, not Glacier. It is spelt slightly incorrectly. I'm reading it that way on purpose. Makes me feel like David Attenborough.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Glacier. We have this banner that alternates between 2
Is he not going to cover what it said on that page?
Tangle, which takes us to Ice Palace.
Hold on. What is this? Oh, is that a part of Noelle's blog? Should I perhaps wait before reading it myself then?
We have this banner that alternates between two things, the first of which being an advertisement for Ice-E. Have you seen him? With a couple of them looking a little bit twisted and not quite right.
Ew.
Clicking on the Ice-E one takes us to /Ice-E. Have you seen him? Recent sightings. This sighting comes again courtesy of Noel Holiday. The other night I went down to eat leftover pizza, but when I went down, it was dark and I couldn't find the switch. And I saw Ice-E on the box and he winked at me. I screamed. Only my sister believes me. So this would have been...
What? What? Oh my god, the way that my body shivered when she said my sister. What the fuck? Okay. I see. Not Ice-E, I see. As in my eyeballs are seeing something. Damn. December mentioned?
From a little while ago when Des was still around. An update
That's crazy.
To the sighting. Story update. My sister burned the box in the grass to kill it, and it smelled like charcoal pizza. Burned out Ice-E's eyes, and he looked evil. And as he said, took it, and said we should bury the box, and Chris dug a hole in the ground in the graveyard.
I was about to say, when there's also a lot of, that's really cute, actually. I was confused by the spelling mistakes and the he winked at me line, like, but this is the perspective of a very young Noel when Des was still around. That's nice.
We should bury the box, and Chris dug a hole in the ground in the graveyard, and I was so scared a zombie would come up, and I tried to say, Chris, I'm scared, and they turned around with the box over their face, and I screamed, so Des hit at him, and I took it away, and
Whoa. Hold on. I tried to say, Chris, I'm scared. The text clearly says them, but
and I think it's gonna come kill me. For those that enjoy these sightings, be sure to take a look at the ones from her sister. So this is dated back a while. Azzy is around. Chris and Noel are clearly quite young. She's writing out this big, long-running sentence. And if we follow the link to see Des's account of the sightings, we're taken to /December, which is a fake 404 not found page. There isn't anything else.
Well, that's incredibly depressing.
It's not that it's faked in order to hide something, but it's made to look like 90s Internet Explorer. Again, giving us an idea of when this would have taken place canonically. And the same banner that can take us to the Ice-E page actually rotates between two different things. I don't precisely know the timing of this or what causes.
Did they really make $323,000?
You are the 1 billionth customer. Click here to claim your prize. Lucky, wow, incredible. But it'll take us to /secret. There are 4x4 closets, 16.
That is the closet that Tenna's Pippus comes out of during the one and only Spamton cutscene in Chapter 3. Interesting.
In total, only a handful of them have anything behind them. What's behind door number 1, which is taken straight from the old game show Let's Make a Deal, which was hosted by Monty Hall and is the origin of the well-known Monty Hall problem. Most
is there
of
a
them
Pippus
will
behind
say
one of them?
Try again and play a small boo. The second one.
These are all about Chapter 3.
You won and repeated "Aw." The 7th.
There it
takes us
is.
to a Peepus, although it said.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting a lot more out of this, being someone who has obviously played Chapter 3 now, because when you're experiencing this for the first time back when it happened, this just seems like a bunch of random nonsense, doesn't it? But now, I'm looking at it through the perspective of, I know these things.
As we have lost. Clicking it takes us back to the closets. The 12th takes
Ball
us to
machine.
a gumball machine and claims we won. That is all there is to it. The 13th also claims we won and takes us to a clip of a Wikipedia page, which appears to be for the old web art installation Superbad, created by Ben Benjamin in 1997.
Whoa.
There are weird things to be read into this. I mean, for one, it won a Webby Award in the weird category. The weird route has become very important to Deltarune. Clients ranged from telephone companies to being used in images from Japanese pop culture, both of which play a role in Deltarune. These may seem rather generic, it gets more specific. The site contains a veritable maze of interlinked visual conceptual sub-projects, which is kind of describing the sweepstakes that we are currently clicking around in. Time magazine cited the very randomness of the electronic images offered on the website that lures the viewer deeper and deeper into its playful maze. So nothing here is linked all that literally, but this has clearly been some form of inspiration for Toby, and with its connection to 1997, he's either just paying homage to this thing that was an inspiration to himself, or there are some deeper connections linking up to Spamton and this larger world in some way. The 15th takes us to Slash.
That there looks like Susie's chair, or the chair that is in the room that is believed to be Susie's room. In the chapter 3 backstory cutscene in the beginning.
A lone chair in a black space.
Whoa.
In the top. But what if it could, and after
Get
clicking
darker
and
than
getting
dark.
this weird glitchy effect and sound effect, get darker than dark? Which obviously would make us think of dark, darker, yet darker.
This is such
Coming
a
from
cool
entry
way to
17
tease
and
the future
presumably
chapters.
Gaster in Undertale.
Please do this
And
again.
there is a 1 in 20 chance when clicking on this that we will see Spamton's eyes with a different sound effect for a fraction of a second before it sends us back to
It's
the
not going to be
main
Spamton's
page.
eyes, is it?
It's
Nope,
almost like
it's
a
not.
little bit
Oh,
of a
God.
gasp. Now, there doesn't seem to be anything that links you to Slash Des. It's something that people would have just thought to try. Someone
I am so mentally ill. Like, every time the word Des is said, I genuinely get chills down my back. I'm so stupid.
inspecting it thinks to themselves, it's a red guitar. It takes us to a page that has this lone guitar. When clicking on this, it plays a song that within the files we can see is called Find Her. Obviously the character is missing, and the song itself is 1 minute and 13 seconds long. Although it's a shame that it managed to be recalled in Canada despite never being released. I was really excited to have my Neutronose. Someone in the States is gonna have to acquire one and ship it to me through very legal means. The team did a fantastic job. It's so funny and strange and unsettling and cool. I am pretty thrilled that they managed to get a hold of Tony Fox. I didn't think he'd be able to appear.
World famous composer Tony Fox.
Really, really inspiring.
Is that
stuff.
where that
So
nickname
great to
came
hear
from?
him. There's this weird stuff going on where we have Spamton, A Spamton, and B Spamton, and O Spamton. It just seems to be a strange bit they're doing, right up until the very end when things begin to fall apart. And Spamton A Spamton goes calling the real Spamton. Presumably, this would be the one we know, Spamton G Spamton. With all the evidence we've been shown of how Peepuses reproduce and multiply, the fact that Spamton refers to them as the boys, there's a chance that these things are all eggs for Spamton to clone himself and reproduce. And this potential implication that Spamton might be some hive mind, maybe that explains why he spews out millions of tiny little Spamtons at us. I'm telling you guys, we
Listen, man, do not try and make sense of Spamton, please. It will not work.
never should have let him free. Or look at this messaging in the Spamton candle. Smells like my ass. His ass? Our ass? We are one. Every single one of these prizes has absurd joke descriptions.
Smell that ass.
That one's just a little bit more unnerving than the rest.
What is
We have
this?
these missing person posters flash on screen incredibly briefly. And the two people shown appear to be the ones portraying Spamton A and B Spamton. At least I think that's who these two guys are. It's hard to tell with the purposely grainy, obscured footage and low-quality photos. Is it possible that this hive of Spamtons is capturing people and turning them into more Spamtons? That would kind of defeat the purpose of the Peepus recreation thing, so it feels like those are competing theories, and I don't really know anymore. Right away, I think it's really cool how they managed to get double use out of channel
First
2,
20
like
viewers
old
tuned in
school
free.
Cable channel 2 TV when we
Sign up
had
and
chapter
fuck off.
2. It almost sets it up in a way like this is a prologue or interlude of sorts. Even though it's not canon, it's a fun way to
That's
think
our
of it.
motto.
The month and date were correct, but it's set to 1997. There's a major snow warning at the bottom here for southern counties. I know I'm not supposed to be reading into everything, but it would be interesting if it snowed.
No. We read into everything. Of course, the snow warning is a Noel reference.
Chapter, and this was just a tiny tease. In
Oh,
the meantime,
no,
get
not
your
that part.
heart ready. It's just supposed to evoke the way that you interact with battles. Our boys in blue would normally mean the police, but today it means Peepus. I'm rather disgusted by the fact that the toilet paper is advertised as used, and a very high fragrance item. That's part of the broadcast. Do you know this man?
Toby,
the image of Spamton in the toilet is the same one used for
Sorry
that
about that. I
sighting
adjusted my seat.
And the options being deal or no deal make me sound like Howie Mandel. But it's a reference to the way Chris had to choose whether or not to take Spamton's deal. In the Ode to Spamton, he makes direct reference to Jevil.
Not a circus clown who's more sick than he's funny. A lovable salesman who gives me free money.
And that draws very obvious attention to the fact that people are clamoring to predict who the secret boss of Chapter 3 might be.
Who will be the secret boss of Adventure No 3?
But this video is not built around revealing anything major like that. So it's just kind of a wink and a nod, and not something they ever address directly. Now, every time they announced a new prize, there's scrolling text at the
What's
bottom
a gamer?
with Spamton narrating things and everything else to be read on screen. It's hard to know where to put
I
your
have that
focus.
shirt. I have that shirt. Not with Spamton's face, but I have that shirt.
Breaking news.
Oh boy.
Spamton's still at large. Still at big. And he's only getting bigger. Going, feasting. I'm telling you guys, we shouldn't have let him free. It is incredibly fitting that the winner of the
Metaton
corpse was a user going by Metaton. Considering that character is a robot, what is essentially a metal corpse occupied by the soul of a ghost monster. Maybe that's a gross way to think of things, but yeah, I'm sticking with it. This is the smallest little throwaway moment.
I think this one's a girl.
They included Miss Peepus in there. Having Spamton leave with a slide whistle is actually a live-action recreation of a moment that you can encounter in-game. The watch is shown to be engraved with Noel's name, referencing
Hold on.
watch.
Engraved wristwatch. Red wristwatch. Nothing says you are a big shot like a premium luxury watch, antique from a rich and powerful itch. Rest assured, our merchandise is 100% authentic, faithful recreation of stolen goods. Need proof? There lies the name of the angel with the tattered wings.
Watch is shown to be engraved with Noel's name, referencing the idea that the silver watch found in-game was hers. And after the weird route, there's the potential moment where Noel realizes that Chris somehow has her watch. This is referenced in the audio when presenting
Genuine.
How did this get on there? We can't sell this. It's too much value.
In general, I just love the way that fan gamers Reed will dress up like Asgore during any of these streams or events. It's just a much appreciated nice touch. The championship belt is said to have been previously worn by great luminaries such as The Pebble, which is a reference to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Prepares you to smack downwards is also a reference to the WWE hosted event SmackDown. What happens at SmackDown? You get smacked downwards. I am insanely excited to see a Donkey Kong 64 reference here. It's kind of a fun tribute to think it's like the only other major banana-themed meme I can think of. Now, it's hard to call this a reference. I think, again, it's more of an homage.
My God.
When Spamton
What is that?
He's not actually using motion capture at all. This is a style of automated rotoscoping that was made popular by Joel Haver, one of my favorite creators on all of YouTube. I would recommend his animated stuff and live-action skits. He is just absolutely hilarious.
I love him.
But he sort of popularized this style of animation, and he's had a lot of imitators since. While that doesn't necessarily mean that's what they were trying to recreate here, they may have been rather indirectly or directly inspired by that, so it was really cool to see. The best thing in this entire stream that made watching it twice absolutely worth it is this reference to Beyblades of all things. There was a couple years there where these were the coolest toy imaginable. The beast inside, spinning it around to knock into
never got
other
into
tops, let it rip. Amazing. It's so cool to see something I loved as a kid featured here. This one's very...
I was not a Beyblade kid. I was definitely a Transformers kid. I was a Hasbro baby.
indirect and makes me think maybe it wasn't intentional. But seeing off isolated in all capitals there, how can I not think of Mortis Ghost's off? Toby has referenced this and been inspired by it
Throw it on and
within
fuck
his
off.
own games. I'm a huge fan of this poster, just eviscerating crypto bros, making fun of NFTs.
I knew the future of ripping people off. Don't miss out.
I have that poster too.
He's
Without
not even
the
willing to
Spamton
say
faces.
fungible token, it gets cut off as just fun. Do not
Oh my God, I didn't even see the
screenshot.
blue fella in the
future's now.
corner.
Get it, bro. Invest in my token.
What is he doing?
I don't know where the hell they found a tunnel for him to climb out of. That kind of a little bit looks like it has Spamton's hair, but I love that. Also having
What?
invest in my token. I don't know where.
I don't know if that was intentional.
Where the hell
But
they
kind
found
of.
a tunnel for him to climb out of. That kind of a little bit looks like it has Spamton's hair, but I love that. Towards the very bottom of the page, this site is a part of Game
The Mona
Glitches
Spamton.
and Secrets web ring, which takes us to Holiday Girl 1225's Game Secrets, Glitches, and Theories blog. Everything
Oh,
is
here we go.
obviously holiday themed.
What? Whoa,
which
whoa,
there's
whoa,
not
whoa,
many
whoa, whoa, whoa. Blood Crushers, the band. Raise up your bat. Raise Up Your Bat was a real song in the light world? Made by a band called Blood Crusher. What? Is it? Hold on. Could it have possibly been... Was December in a band?
Characters that would, could, or should make you think of. Today, the official Dragon Blazers website was updated with a bunch of weird links. Dragon Blazers is of course the fake series that we see Noelle playing with her
real
mom.
Dragon Blazers 2
I searched
reference?
around the official website for clues and found about 26 pages so far. There's a bit of a meta gag taking place here, where we're reading this Secrets, Glitches, and Theories blog, when this entire sweepstakes is set up to be that very same thing. It doesn't seem to be an ARG, as there's no puzzles, and it doesn't lead to anything. Anyone else think the devs might have been eating a little too much fruitcake this year? Mood? Curious. Listening to Blood Crushers the band, Raise Up
XP.
Your Bat. And it's possible that raise up your bat is meant to be a indirect, sort of subtle reference to Dez's wiffle bat that Noelle mentions back in Chapter 1. We can expect the 14 comments left on this blog. The first one coming from Smart Genius 555-949-00252.
I wonder who that is.
I don't know if those numbers are significant, but it is very, very...
Oh, jeez. Another epic post, holiday go at 12:25. Can I be mod? This blog definitely needs more posts, and possibly better ones. Oh god, of course he wanted to be a Reddit mod. Whoever is prank calling my phone needs to stop.
Very likely this is Birdly. Presumably those first 10 digits are meant to make up a phone number. 555 is really commonly used for fake phone numbers because
he put his phone number on his account.
But then I think the gag they're going for here is that somehow Smart Genius and then his literal phone number was already taken and he had to add 2 to the end to be the second one.
Birdly.
An excellent idea, my fellow mod. And now he's changed his name to Smart Genius New Admin. And I made an account just for being full admin to be more secure. It would
Birdly,
be better
poor
than
sweet
mod
baby.
Anyway. Please give me privileges. By the way,
How are they still
prankers,
calling me?
Once I become admin, you will be hit not with the ban hammer, but the ban bird. A halberd for banning people. Savor your last moments now. Absolutely underlining and confirming that this is Birdly. How are they still calling me? Sorry, my computer is bugged. Lol. Looks like the admin
How long ago was
isn't
this?
working. Lol. I can't give you privileges. Sorry, you won't be able to be mod or admin. It's nice having you comment though. As for the phone calls, your old posts are up there with the phone number still. Are you saying I should delete my posts?
Noelle types like me.
I may worship you as a mod, but that's too far even for me. As for your computer, worry not.
Calculators want to kiss me.
I have my way with computers. Calculators want to kiss me. Laptops love me. With a flick of my wing, your computer will sing. Sorry for the lack of posting. I accidentally deleted Minecraft and it took all day to figure out how to get it to work again. Which in Deltarune Chapter 2, we had the inclusion of Minecraft as a bit of a throwaway gag,
removed
but now
by mod?
It's seemingly confirmed that this is literally what exists in this world in place of Minecraft. Fortunately, the prank caller helped me get it back, and now we are playing together. If anyone else wants to play, I'm putting the details of our server below, except it was then removed by mod. Aw, that's cute. I think I need to lock this thread as it contains personal information. Thanks everybody
guys,
for your
don't do
interest.
that.
Thread has been locked. Normal users can no longer post.
Normal.
But then we hear from a user who simply goes by sports. Baseballs obviously have some deeper significance to this world. We don't really...
Sports. Can there be a soccer ball in the game? Who is this supposed to be?
Baseballs obviously have some deeper significance to this world, we don't really know what. But the only character who's a direct peer of Noelle's who is obsessed with sports would be Jockington. And considering our only sport-themed
I did think that also
makes direct reference...
Hold on, what is this? Pippa's Big Shot Fantasy Ship Ring. God. Free. So how about that, Pippa's? How about that sport of the Pippa's? I know some of you kids out there like hours of free sports entertainment, so have I got to deal with that sweet Sunday cream to any self-respecting ball nut? In this special deal, I will declare you the winner of the Pippa's Championship, and you don't even have to build a thing. Go ahead, kid, and show off your big shot with this one-of-a-kind commemorative ring. You snake.
To a snake, I think it's basically confirmed that that's who would be chiming into the blog going by the name Sports. Does Dragon Blazers have sports? I never played it. Oh my god, sports! Hi! Lol! You should play it! Can there be a soccer ball in the game? No? Thanks, I learned a lot. I do not think I will use this website
It
anymore.
has to be Jockington.
Following the link
Typing
from
like
the
that.
Frosted Cereal Box Prize, we are now on the Cat Petters subpage of her site. As you may know, Cat Petters 2 is one of this admin's favorite games. To those that don't know, it's a game where you take care of a cat and raise it. Sounds simple, right? Actually, the game has a really deep animation and breeding system, so players have been able to hex edit the game data to create brand new pets. If you download the right mods, you can raise birds, hamsters, cars, cartoon characters, and even more. Mew Mew Queen's Spamton Family Pack is a great example of how far things can go. However, you have to be careful, because not all the mods are very compatible. When pets fall in love, an egg appears and it hatches into a new pet that combines the animation and visual data of the two parents. Obviously, eggs have a great significance to this world. Meaning, if you try to breed a hamster and a car, you'll either get a complete freak of nature, or worse, you'll get this message: incompatible pet. Then the game will freeze and the music will glitch out.
Oh,
I was so scared of seeing
fun.
this message as a kid, I would punish my pets so that they would never fall in love. If an egg did appear, I would throw in the trash right away. All of this could be done in reference to the literal egg glitch seen in the second generation of Pokemon, Gold and Silver. Through this, you could have an egg hatching into another egg that is then treated like a Pokemon.
Yeah, I do remember.
If you try to use it,
all
it
the
just
Pokemon
glitches things out
glitches.
even harder. And we would all quietly whisper about it over school
I loved
lunches.
looking at
One of
Pokemon
those
glitches and spooky
not-so-secret
stuff when I was a kid.
secrets that was never intentional. And similar to the way we don't really know what to do with these eggs when we receive them in Deltarune, Noelle would panic and throw them in the trash. If
How do you not
anyone
remember
else
that?
has ever seen an egg in their game like this, please sign my guest book, please. First one gets 100 cheesy points from me. I don't know.
Whatever
cheesy?
that means.
Maybe it's meant to be cheesy. I don't know. On the heart locket, there is a
Oh,
link.
Jesus. Hold on. Your best locket. It's the your best shit heart locket. Ever wish you could carry and cuddle a little Spamton all day so you won't be alone in the garbage for snack time? Someone hitting on you and your boyfriend and wish you could show them a picture of your hotter boyfriend so no one will ever find you attractive again? This heart-shaped object is the thing for you. A truly unique concept, a commemorative locket between the two most important characters, me and my person who gives me money. Wait, that's...
It's listed as a private post.
Is that a Chapter 4 song? It sounds kind of like the song that plays when you play the golden piano right before the old man boss fight. Weird.
Only friends can see this. In Deltarune, Noelle mentions that her and Chris used to be very close, and maybe they aren't quite as close as they used to be. It's funny. There was a time when they were coming over almost every day. We'd play and we'd play, then after a while, they would suddenly get very still, like they were remembering something. They'd go into the dining room to get a snack. Then after a few moments, I'd hear the piano. The first few times, I went in to watch them play, but when they realized I was looking, they'd always shut the piano and come back. So over time, I just started staying on the couch in the living room. I'd lie there, listening to them play, sometimes for hours, sometimes even until I fell asleep. Even then, what were they thinking about me? Maybe they weren't thinking about me at all. They didn't have a piano at their house, so they probably just came over to use mine. Even then, with my eyes open, there were times when I wasn't even sure if we were friends. But when I closed my eyes, it felt like a concert just for me. We've been told Chris can play the piano, but have also been shown they cannot. There's some conflicting evidence there that supposedly tells us a lot about who is controlling Chris. So I'm very intrigued to be given more context on how Chris plays the piano, when, how skillfully. The clear and obvious reveal that they didn't have a piano in the Dreamer house, so it raises questions of where Chris would have learned it at all. And I think the answer is that Chris never did. When we are playing as Chris, we cannot play the piano. When Chris's face goes blank and they become very still, someone else is presumably taken over. The entity we see controlling Chris without us. And they seem to be able to play the piano. Very eerie and very interesting. Following
I
the
don't think that's
panicked
true.
description of
Here we go, another one. Pippa's bath rug. Oh, I actually want that. Stepping out of the watering hole, but only a single toe got so delicious and moist. Spamton Industries is here with a unique Pippa's bath rug. Made of 101% naturally organic fibers. There's only one, so hurry and get it now before it's too late. Hurry, there's still only one. No. They're multiplying.
They're multiplying. We are still on Noelle's blog, but this time under /blue circle, a very vague description of the Peepus. I barely ever receive fan mail. No pressure, guys. But just in case I ever get an email from anyone out there, I have this habit of always reading my spam mail. Just in case it's someone real. Mostly, it's just weird stuff like Hoochie Mamas can get big too. Promise I wasn't looking at any weird sites, guys, okay? But one day, one of the spams I got was nothing but random letters and numbers. I figured it was probably a failed attempt at sending me a virus, but I thought, what if I tried putting it into the Cat Petters 2 as a mod? So I did.
Why?
And weirdly enough, it actually managed to load.
Why?
For people that don't know the game, it has a special visual style. All the pets are made of circles that get animated around. One circle will be the head, another the eyes, another the pupil, another the body, etc. But I guess the game didn't like the data very much because this pet was only one blue circle.
Oh my god,
yeah,
Peepus backstory.
Just one blue circle floating
Peepus
in the
origin.
air. The animations didn't work and it never moved.
That's what the Peepus is. That's what the Peepus is? It's a broken Cat Petters 2 mod that Noelle did.
Occasionally glitching out. All of the stats were really bad, and all of my pets really hated it, except for certain ones. Lol, I couldn't explain why anyone liked it, but it was really funny to see who did. What's weird is that the circles seemed to be able to multiply. Normally, you need 2 pets to fall in love to make a new pet. But after a while, even if the circle was by itself, a congratulations message would come up and there would be 2 circles. I thought it was funny, but the circles started piling up. I tried to throw them in the trash, but they were multiplying too fast. A similar reaction to how she tried to handle the egg. My screen was nothing but congratulations messages when the game crashed. Needless to say, I had to wipe all my pets. Lesson learned about using files from weird emails. Until next time. Dun dun dun! Great showmanship, Noelle. And it sends us back to her main page. The wristwatch has the link. There lies...
There's so many. Hold on. Nope. I read this one already.
The name of, which takes us to the newest girl. This is a private post. Only friends can see this. And it seems to be a lengthy backstory of Chris and Susie as told by Noelle. This is like by far the longest post made. So, that new girl I keep talking about, she really, really, really hates Chris. And you know what's weird? Literally only Chris seems oblivious to this. Or no, are they oblivious? They're literally getting bullied. Do they just not care? Then again, who knows what Chris is thinking? I just don't get why they don't tell their mom. Or better, switch seats with me, like I keep saying, lol. I guess they just don't want to be at the front of the class, but she doesn't
to do a separate take for the lol.
Me, even when there'd be a huge opportunity to. So come on, switch seats. Everyone would be safer that way. Like, you're not gonna believe what happened today, lol. After the bell rang, as usual, everyone rushed to see who could get out of class first. I stayed behind a bit to help Alphys put away some books and look for some mysteriously missing supplies. Presumably the chalk that Susie's been eating. Meanwhile, Chris was still asleep, face down on a totally blank notebook page, and for some reason, Susie hadn't left either. She was just sitting there, staring at Chris's head, sniffing it? Wonder if she'd like scented candles. Eventually, I started to leave too. I even almost said bye this time, but I was a bit worried about Chris, so I stayed outside the classroom to, watch? I had to stay totally out of sight, holiday family ninja style, since Susie didn't seem like she was gonna do anything until she made sure I was gone. After a while, Susie got up, knocking her chair over. She jumped into Miss Alfie's seat and put her shoes up on the desk, getting dirt everywhere. I just know I'm going to have to clean that. She grabbed the apple Birdley had given Alfie's a few days ago. You know, one of those ones she has literally never eaten, held it up, and started talking. Hey, idiot. Chris didn't look up. Hey, idiot. Chris still didn't look up. Chris! Chris looked up. Susie rolled her eyes and showed all her horrible and very cool teeth. Nice shampoo. Apple flavor, right? Better be careful about wearing that around me. Referencing the apple shampoo we absolutely find in their bathroom. Then she bit the whole apple in half,
flavor.
Including the core.
She thinks it tastes like
even
apples.
Ate the seeds, which, contain arsenic if you didn't know. Don't eat those, Susie. Boy. Anyway. Chris didn't react, so she continued. Keep smelling like apples. You might end up like this. Chris didn't react. Bitten. She pointed to the apple in half. There was like the most awkward silence, and then snickering. But it wasn't Susie. No, it was Chris. Just barely stifling some laugh. Did they think that was some kind of weird joke? Whatever it was, Susie must have thought she was getting made fun of because she immediately just launched the apple right at Chris. But Chris, with their gamer reaction speed, held up their notebook like a shield and blocked it diagonally,
shield, you say?
Bouncing it into the air, and actually caught the apple. Then took a bite out of it. Gosh, though, did that make Susie mad. You little... She ran over and grabbed Chris by the hair, staring into their face really close. I froze. I knew that if I didn't do anything, Chris would get hurt or worse, but something inside me just froze. I just stood there, holding my breath, and Susie kept talking, which kind of ties in and confirms the idea that Noelle gets frozen by her fears. And that manifested as her ice powers in the dark world. One day, your mom's gonna get sick of you, you little freak. And as soon as that happens, Susie laughed. I felt genuinely sick. Someone might make you disappear, and she'll finally realize how happy she was without you.
Oh my God.
All that, Chris didn't say anything at all. Susie exploded. Say something, you idiot. It felt like her voice echoed around the room forever. Then, when it finally went quiet, Chris's mouth looked like it moved. To be honest, moved so slightly, I couldn't even tell if they said something or what. But whatever it was, Susie's attitude suddenly completely changed. She let go of Chris, backing off quickly, then left the room in such a hurry she easily would have won today's leaving first race. I really wish I could have seen her reaction, but I was so scared she would see me that I literally just jumped into my locker. In the end, all I could see through the little slats was her shape from behind, going towards the entrance of the school with her head held low. Finally, I heard the entrance door close. I sighed, and suddenly all that frozen feeling that had built up in my chest flew out of my body all at once. Holy cheese and crackers, I said to myself. I almost started laughing from relief. Then suddenly, my locker's door flung open. Chris was standing there. I started to stutter hello, and they just slowly shut the door on me and left. Well, that just happened, lol. Which is making fun of kind of the meme way that people say writers like Joss Whedon will write dialogue. I ordered apple shampoo. Maybe if I wear it too, she won't bother Chris as much. And there's just one more of these blog posts, slightly more complex to get to.
Show your
the
devotion,
link on the
your
commemorative
defecation.
ring. Then the TV to the static, taking the static branch to this all blue screen and clicking on that black rectangle. There is a missing image that would just take us back to Noelle's main page. Did anyone else wander around this screen as a kid? We're left with nothing to go off of. The cross-shaped maze in the ice area from Dragon Blazers. Once you go in it, no matter where you go, you'll always...
Sorry that I'm not saying as much during this section. It's a lot of reading, so there's not really much room for me to make commentary, and I'm just, I don't know. It's interesting though. It's very interesting.
Be brought back to the same room. Normally, one of the characters is supposed to guide you through the maze, but it became one of the most famous, or should I say infamous, parts of the game, because if you go there without that character, you'll get basically stuck forever. The developers actually say something about this in the manual. It warns you this glitch is actually one of the bad guy's magic spells. Yeah, sorry guys. I think you were just eating a little too much fruitcake when making this part of the game. Again, we have that very specific joke from Noelle that, fruitcake is soaked in liquor. As a kid, I had no idea that this was a glitch. I literally spent hours on the screen wandering around there thinking there was an exit. The thing is, there actually is one. Somehow, kid me was so stubborn, I think I went every single possible direction somehow, then the last direction you go is up. If you do that, you'll find a door that doesn't appear anywhere else in the game. This shocked me so much as a kid, I screamed.
You know what? This does kind of... I feel like this is like some kind of subtle reference to the S-rank rooms, or the S-rank games in Chapter 3. Like, it's kind of... It's kind of giving off that exact same vibe. Like, it's not the exact same scenario, but it's giving off the same vibe of, like, a broken part of a game that you feel like or that you're not supposed to be at. That it has this vibe of not feeling right. And I feel like that part of Chapter 3 was executed very well, and it seems like this is a similar experience that Noelle had as a kid with a game.
And pulled my controller so hard it unplugged the console. I actually started crying, but I knew my mom would turn off the game if she heard me, so I held my breath and started hiccuping and gasping. I literally thought I was going to choke on my tears. It only made me cry more that I had to plug the game back in by myself. I was so scared that I would get electrocuted and die from the wires. I was actually always afraid of electrical sockets too, because I thought they were looking at me, which is very interesting that we eventually have these characters in the cyber world that have sockets for faces, with the plugs being their eyes and mouth. Come on, I wasn't a weird kid, I promise. I got over it after that. Considering Noelle is this blogger and has this close connection to technology and computers, it feels very much like the cyber world was designed around her. That explains
I wouldn't be
why
surprised.
the Queen specifically becomes so protective of her. It'll be very interesting to see if each new Dark World becomes based around a different character's personality.
Chapter 3 is kind of like that because it's Chris's house. And Chapter 4, not really. It's mainly based around the church vibe and the prophecy.
So, I started the game again, and with my hands shaking, I went back into the maze. But what's super weird was that somehow I was able to get right back to the door. I was so happy I almost started screaming again, but remembered to hold my breath halfway. Now...
So I started the game again, and with my hands shaking, I went back into the maze. But what's super weird was that somehow I was able to get right back to the door. Now, is that because Noelle was able to just so happen go through the exact same path, or was it because the game just led her back to the door no matter which way she went? Because there are examples of that happening in Chapter 3's games.
Now, the second half of this video is much more just literally reading on its own.
Hold on. I want to check. Is the song Glacier in the Deltarune? It's spelled like that. It's spelled the same way. Oh, that's actually crazy. I almost didn't think that it was going to be.
I'll point out references as they come out, tie in some light theories here and there, but this is all the most obvious content involved with the sweepstakes. It's not so much hidden or buried or obscured in any way. So if you followed along with the sweepstakes closely, you've probably seen all this. That's why I tucked it at the back of the video. But hey, maybe you'll just enjoy me reading through it, so I figured I would include it. This is how you guys voted anyways. Thank you to everyone who took part in that poll, by the way, and thank you to Fruz, who took on helping edit this back half because it was just getting overwhelming. They have their own channel here on YouTube. I highly recommend it. I'll have links down below. Please do check that out. And in case you're just tapping out at this part of the video entirely, I will remind you once more, go wishlist Pikachu Dreams. Let's get on with the video. As the sweepstakes went along, the more people donated, the more prizes were unlocked along.
Oh, is he about to read all of the prizes? Oh, I've been reading them throughout. Up to 9 people will win various cash values in the form of free gift cards. That's money. For free? What? Do these idiots think this is charity? This opportunity is too good to be true. Therefore, after you get it, please confirm the number on the back with our team. I will personally try out the card for you to confirm it's safe. Well, I guess... Yeah, I've been reading these. I didn't realize there was a whole section of the video. I mean... Have you ever wanted to make me into your loving puppet and enslave me with visions of glory? You man, you man, you man. But I can't blame you. I sure am one handsome guy. So I will let you have my pair of dirty socks as an eternal sacrifice, just as old and crusty as the day I die. His dialogue simply doesn't get old. Looking for a way to max out your TP. Worm from the string. Value is $70. I'm just going to read the rest of these myself, because I've already been doing it throughout the video. Ever think about settling down and having a little worm of your own? Don't worry, we have painfully modified a loving creature that's sure to eating you out of house and home. It will infest your house, your crops, and your heart. Succumb to the worm. Succumb to the worm. $70, Jesus. Spamton after not survive. I've seen that on Etsy. Spamton after not surviving. What's more fun for the kids than a contest for 18 years or older to enter? What's that? I hear you getting f***ing mad? Yes, I hear the haters and the screamers outside my window every day. I hear them right now, shooting me with guns and whole milk, and slapping me moist against the freshly tiled bathroom floor. What? Cool down with a what if one day you ended up killed me? What if I died just like I finally became a real boy and turned into graveyard dust for the fans? Well, let this be an email in a bottle for you and wake up and smell my dead carcass. Sand in a jar, hardly worth even one measly neochromer, and you can have it for free. Oh my god.
Driving
Congadero Crossing.
with a nice flashy bolt along the side, so you know.
The nation's most popular car, Congadero, now with its own one-of-a-kind final warning sign after the rest were... Remember, if you show this warning sign in your back window and they don't let you cross, you have the legal right to run them down. Cookie shaped like Lancer's face. Maybe not a cookie. Heals 1 HP. Face. I want this outfit so bad. Let's be honest, folks. Fluff sells, and who has more fluffy, scringly appeal than everyone's favorite highly marketable that guy? Dress him up in this one-of-a-kind nurse costume $9.99, and he will make your boo-boos go bye-bye. Buy now, in our special deal, he will also make your babas go bo-bo. I read that one already. Spamton, Mr. and Mrs. and thruple cutting board? Is there a Mr. or Mrs. in your life? Have you ever seen one before? Then your worries are over. Spamton is here to save your marriage. This commemorative cutting board will help introduce your partner to a new and spicy stage in your relationship, whether you are already married, looking to immediately divorce, or need to use this to propose. Not ready for the next stage yet? Just use it as a threat to say Spamton's gonna be Mr. Player 3 if they don't cook more. As an added bonus, we will provide a red correctional marker, so if your relationship goes south of the border, just cross out the Mr. or Mrs. as needed. Bath rug. Fungible coin token. Literally not at all what it said, and yet I said coin anyways. We are proud to announce Spamton Fungible Token. It takes the form of a special physical inedible paper that's only one person can own. That's right, and there's more. Processing the holy object gives you sole ownership of it. Meaning if you use its likeness in your own creative project, we will know exactly who you are. What? When you need to sue the pants off your sorry ass. New and unique bleeding edge technology will allow it to be Crocs compatible with all of your favorite games, such as putting it on the wall, darts, folding, and best of all, forgetting you own it. There are so many. Like any accredited motivational speaker, I am constantly required to answer questions from worthless pieces of... I will be answering at least 5 questions selected from my loving audience to be presented on my social media. The questions will be chosen randomly and fairly, prioritizing the rarely heard voices of those who have the most followers to help me gain subscriber. Remember, I'm more than likely to answer questions that don't challenge me in any way, are blatant praise, or are useless. I read this one already. Yeah. Hold on, what's this?
Center lies the name of the angel with the tattered wings. singling out the angel, more important pieces of imagery connected to Asriel's final form in Undertale, and the fact that Noelle would recurringly make these angel crafts for her father, and tying all that together, it's literally Noelle's name engraved on the back. The Spamton 3D celebrity photo.
Yep, read that one. Hot mamas in your area, real wine class 100% replica. Another faithful recreation, this time of everyone's favorite all-ages beverage choice. Just looking at it, your eyes can almost taste that smooth flavor of dye. Still fragrant with smoking hot ass from her royalty's personal collection, it will only gaining value when it becomes a special collector's item. After I replace her now. Replace her now, huh? As a special bonus, if you break glass in case of emergency, you can have unrestricted access to the hottest second-hand kiss from any dead pharaoh for 50 miles around. Now that's value. Skeleton snow cube.
Music.
What better way to prawn-fest your love to Spamton than a limited edition musical snow globe with everybody's favorite famous skeleton? And yes, the song is of course just that top 100 hit by the classics you've come to expect. That's why we can't legally show the image right now. That's why they're coming to kill me right now. They're coming to... Okay. Is it Sans? Every single piece of Deltarune merch you can buy. Everything? How did this get here? Real whirligigs? What are you guys doing? We're going to double bankrupt if you guys keep eating too much fruitcake XP. Stop, don't win this, you'll take it all. You'll take everything I have. No. Like any self-respecting big shot, I have an army of crazed fans who love me not just because of my massive fame, but also because of my massive ass. Have a long and refreshing sleep knowing that wanted criminals could be right next to you and your family. Let your unhealthy attachment to your favorite salesman fester. The more you use it, the more you'll realize night sweats and rashes may occur. Call a doctor immediately. Good God. Oh, what's this?
Permanent. He has his ass hanging out. Really, his legs
Jesus.
are so short and his body's so long. His ass is surprisingly low on his body. And the Spamton's fate. Spamton, aren't you just sick of him? Why does he get all the attention? Why should he be so special? He wasn't any better than any of us. What do you think? Let's buy Spamton's silence permanently. Let's get him out of this place once and for all. Don't you think it's about time someone else got the spotlight? Or should he stay free? Let him live his lucky life. Encourage him. Be happy for him. After all, are we really any better?
Who is this?
Spamton's fate is in our hands. I think this is meant to be the various Addisons talking amongst themselves. And it's just a plain black rectangle.
Maybe?
I even played
I have
around
no
with
idea,
the
actually.
brightnesses and contrasts. There doesn't seem to be anything in this. It's just titled fate.png. Spamton G. Spamton Big Shot Auction House.
His future is nothing.
Want free prizes? Click here. God, I wish I had that kind of money. It would be so dope to do these videos with the Mona Spamton behind me. And I don't want a print, I want the official. This is it, fellow adults. Him, the ultimate wild prize, the golden bird with heaven's symbol inscribed into his ass. And on the back side of the statue is actually the Japanese character for heaven. Spanning a tall and made of real yellow-bellied metal. This is a faithful, large-scale recreation of the best thing I ever found in the trash. And you know Spamton literally spends a lot of time in the trash. I can't put a price on such a priceless object of sentimental value. Therefore, I will let you guys decide the price by spending as much money as possible. That's right. Look. It's an online auction, baby. Get out your cyber skin wallets and give me the digits on the back right now. I can see you hesitating, making a guilty face. Well, don't worry. Turn that frown 360 degrees and walk closer, closer. All the money will go to the little guys, like me. That's right, it's charity. So Harlan shake your vote and hashtag Spamton challenge for the kids. Harlan Shake making fun of the viral sensation.
I forgot how funny Spamton
There's a certificate of authenticity. It kind of doesn't seem like it has any jokes attached to it. It tells you how large it is, how much it weighs, that it's 1 of 1, special care instructions. I don't really see any jokes or anything hidden in this. And interestingly, this golden statue weighs more than an Oscar. I just thought that was interesting and worth pointing out. I even went looking on the eBay page itself, but it seems to be made very legitimate. I don't think they wanted to layer a bunch of Easter eggs into that and risk having people think that it wasn't an actual prize. So yeah, I didn't find anything there. The Mona Spamton. The ultimate must-have merchandise for any Spamton lover's pizza is here.
What?
This is history's first fully authentic painting created without using digital assistance, but by actually using oil on canvas, which is kind of making fun of the fact that AI art has become so prevalent so recently. Each detail has been smothered in crude oil by the classics you've come to expect, who also created the Golden Bird Heaven statue. This priceless artisanal work is more than just worthy of being in a museum, it's also worthy of being sold shamelessly to the highest bidder. Get out those pocketbooks now, and I know you have spacious pockets, so you'd better make those numbers big. Again, same thing, a seemingly standard certificate of authenticity, and on the back side, it does appear to be signed by Toby. You can see at the base of the statue between Birdley's feet, it's also been signed by Toby. And finally, looking at the Spamton Twitter takeover, as well as that promised Q&A. In the banner, Fan Gamer is now Spam Gamer, and they had the pinned tweet, "Now that I've become Big Shot, my first order of the day is to run a 24-hour charity marathon to give away awful knickknacks no one in their right mind would. Get ready for Spamton Sweepstakes."
Nope, I would happily have
They
all
actually
of them.
tweeted out a bunch of goofy stuff ahead of the Q&A. I can share that as well. Welcome, cyber world. It's finally mine. It's finally Spamton's. This whole city. This whole Twitty. It's Spamton takeover. And obviously the plushie doll is now inserted into the profile picture as well. I mean, this one is like very literal. It's just telling you about the sweepstakes now going live. Spamton Sweepstakes is now live for 24 hours. USA 18 plus only. Enter to win free trash prizes. Look and place your bid now. New Spamton Sweepstakes, smooth new items unlocked.
Oh my god, I'm not over it. The Ralsei nurse outfit looks so cute. I want it so bad. I will find the person who won it.
Ever wanted to smell my banana? Dress up your prince. Treasure the moments with your best. Keep donating to see Mare. Do you have the guts and abdominal pain to take the Spamton challenge? And pretty shortly after, did anyone end up taking the Spamton challenge? Like, I mean, outside of the characters themselves, they're literally carved into the walls. Chris doesn't show their eyes basically the entire game, only briefly seeing them when spinning down into the dark world.
Source.
Or at the very end, revealing their eye. So there's been a lot of significant at the briefly seeing them when spinning down into the dark world.
What? Is that real? Is that an actual frame when Chris is dropping down into the dark world? How have I never seen that? That's actually crazy. All this time I was wondering if Chris's red eyes were just a fan theory or if they were real, but no, they're red, all right.
World. Or at the very end.
I know this part is like, oh yeah, red eyes, but That could have just been that could have just been to sell the whole, like, oh, Chris Evil, question mark? Look at that sinister grin.
Revealing their eye. So there's been a lot of significance placed on revealing your eyes and what that says about you as a person, revealing your true self. There's some pretty in-depth, elaborate theories. I haven't read all of them, but I did feel it was worth mentioning that these closed eyes could be significant in some way. Free prizes. That's right, I said free, and you're not. Click now, my lord.
Okay, so these are just... Where's the Q&A part? Here, how about I just read these? Spamton, what's your opinion on men? Do you like men? Okay, here we go. I like anyone and anything that give me money. Transmit Chromer to me, and the next thing you know, I'll be begging for your heart-shaped object. Page cannot be found. Spamton G. Spamton, if it's alright to ask, what's your relationship with the Addisons? Now that I... Shutting down, let me try that again. Now that I'm big, those sloppy Sams don't even register on my Wildlife Scout Radar 999. They're gone from my scrapbook, not even in my crap book. I know now our friendship was all deep-faked. Even the ones I thought I knew would never be seen with me in the public. Bad for business? Who is? I'll be showing you who's
by the city.
Bad for business. Hey there, Spamton, you lovable salesman, you. Question, how fond are you, or can you connect with cats? There seem to be a lot in the cyber world. Neon cat sign tasks, their manager. So I wanted to know, what were your feelings on them? And also, what's your favorite food? You want to know about cats? What am I, your favorite search engine? Fine, I'll give you some free tooltips and funny animations. Haven't you heard of elemental pairs? With an invaluable item, you can defend against puppet/cat or thunder/light, dark/star. Dark/star. With... Hold on. With a shadow mantle, you can defend against dark/star. Just use our scythe. Nope. Get out of the way. Just watch out for the that use death/scythe. Never again. Spamton, why do they call it oven when you Spamton, why do they call it oven when you in the cold food out of hot eat the food? What the dash? I can't understand your way of speaking. Try using some brackets or random spam quotes to make more sense.
About Joe. Knight also been complaining that a way of writing is difficult to read. Did the Knight also pour milk on you and slam you against the walls of their fountains, causing a loud thud? This is in reference to this weird meme of soaking a plush in milk and throwing it against things, which was specifically recreated very recently using a Spamton plush by Fan Gamer. I just don't understand. Why? Why was this done? Why are they doing this? This poor little doll. What did he do to anyone? Poor Spamton. He didn't deserve this.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, it's just referencing that. Who the fuck is the Knight? If you want to milk me, get in line. We don't do that without a 72-hour paid appointment.
The way he said milk me was heinous. Spamton, I must know the methods of your marketing genius. To you, what is so special about souls that are so desirable? Get so big I can see past the dark. Finally becoming a real boy. If anyone has an extra heart-shaped object lying around, it could have value. Call now. This one was actually answered in game, I believe. It was from an obviously failed attempt to disguise himself as Swash to sneak into his queen's mansion. Disguise? What? That guy steal my look? Okay, maybe he stealed back what I took from him, but who wore it better? With my 099 glasses and my negative 099 hair, he might as well not even try. To think he once pretended to be my friend, now they're to always listen to a shoulder to cry on, but in the end he only always listens to a smoking hot ass now. Spamton, how do you feel about your numerous adoring fans and the copious amounts of art featuring your stunning visage? Nothing but adoration and exploitation right back for you, fellow freaks. I always knew my audience was so was cheering for me. Now please stop taking my furniture out of my... I'm not even gonna try. Hi, Spamton, big fan. One a scale of one... Oh my god. Spamton, what would you say is the best feature of the special classic Kungadero? Feel the breeze as you drive around town. Easy. And don't forget about our convenient electronic lighter. It really hurts if you stick your nose in there. Ouch!
Stick your nose into the larger series, maybe just kind of dropped in here and not really telling us much of anything, but yeah, you can't not draw attention to that when you're gonna slip it into a tweet. Are the rumors true that your wife took the kids and forced you into a brutal alimony payment? What are your thoughts on being the national video game divorce mascot? Did I just hear...
Alex Rashon? Dude, that's Kane. Wait, this is actually some crazy, like, backstory here, because Alex Rashon really, he did originally get popular off of, doing Spamton voices. It's really funny that he's here. Did I just hear money? Donate now to Spamton Sweepstakes.
Money? Donate now. You feel about it. And if that goal is reached, then you're going to get a lot of marriage requests. Yes, if the rumors are true, I will marry any fan. But warning, warning, we will also divorced and forced you into a brutal money payment. Now that's occasion to the one you love. So in a funny way, he's kind of tying in sections of that previous question asked. Spamton, do you dye/color your hair? I dye. Every day. Every day I feel like I'm dying. And my insides turn a little more black and charred. Spamton.
My god.
What's the best way to avoid non-apparent viruses and other scams online? I'm very scared of the Trojan and its side effects. Please help. I am sending help right now. Download this email for free antivirus. Right-click the friendly worm that comes up. I will kill your computer so you will never be afraid of hope again. What does
good lord
fried peepus taste like?
Fry? You'd make the boys into a deep-fried mommy? Only a freak of nature would do something like that. Looks delicious, though, and cheap. Trying to read Spamton dialogue is so exhausting.
I do just love that. Spamton, my acquaintance that I have acquired, I would like to ask you a special question. Have you ever seen this kind fellow? The image I have inserted below. He's been all over the television, and I'm dying to know. Don't show me this fool in clown's clothing. All he thinks about is games, 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 while I'm out here busting my ass into a sentence. Even if I cheated, theoretically,
into a scented candle. It's interesting that Spamton knows Jevo and hates him.
Never your winner even once. And him and the Ketchup Kids. The candle is quite self-referential to one of the prizes. As for the Ketchup Kids, it appears to come from this meme that I just don't understand at all. What is this? What does your X form look like? If I know, they didn't even let me transform. Do you think NFTs are a good deal, Spamton? Nothing are a good deal, Spamton, until I sell it. Spamton, what would you recommend your audience during seasonal sales and limited items? Is there something
Spamton's
you
ad
highly
blocker.
favor above your usual inventory? Thank you for the polite and kind query. We recommend you try the Spamton's Ass scented candles.
I can't stand the candle.
For those cozy holiday nights at home. Apparently, it actually gives you a headache in seconds. Hey Spamton, huge fan here. Was wondering why you look different to those outer salesman guys in the city. Is it because you were always destined to stand out from them in a way? Once I was like them, just a little shorter than the others. But once I started using the Spamton method every day and become big in seconds, now they're so small, so microscopic, I can't even see them anymore even if I wanted to. And one final batch of answers. That's all the answers we have time for. I'm a busy man, busy counting all this money. Now this big shot's gotta go to bed. Sleep tight. What exactly is Peepus? Is it a clam, an egg, or just something completely new? The question has been itching at me for generations. Eggs? What? Look, that's Mr. Peepus to you. Eggs? Only friend like me can call the boys that. A white one? That's surely another man's treasure. Think before you stink. Fun and thank you. One man's trash is another man's treasure. So I think the white eggs are spawning from presumably a character like Gaster, whereas Spamton is creating the Peepuses. These eggs are things being inserted into the code, operating outside the game's space and interacting in unexpected ways, whereas the Peepuses are created through spam, existing almost solely to generate and reproduce and multiply exponentially. This isn't a certain thing, but it seems to me that we're getting a confirmation that the white eggs and the Peepuses are connected in a meaningful way, but potentially not as directly as we would maybe first assume. I'll be curious to see. We might have some sort of egg or Peepus equivalent popping up in each chapter of the game. Spamton, is Noelle your mother?
Excuse me? Nico? Nico profile picture, by the way. Huh. Noelle your mother? I guess kind of. You think that Hochi Mama is my Mama Hochi? No, she's just the only one that ever read my... That's why I give her a little blue gift. It was the world's first charity. Spamton, who is Mike? You are the one that... Are you one of that Cathode's crew? You guys know nothing about Mike, nothing. And that's the way it's gonna stay. You leave him out of this. This is a picture of a poor defenseless Peepus. Look at how sad it is. If only it had more money. Won't you click now and help the little guys? Spamton's fate has been unlocked. I am curious what that means.
And finally, after all these prizes were unlocked, the final part of this, Spamton's fate has been unlocked. You can now donate to determine Spamton's fate. And from that point on, any money donated could be put towards freedom or silence. Something that we don't know whether or not it'll affect the final game, but it did tie into the presentation done later that day announcing the winners of the sweepstakes. And the final tweet from the takeover came at the very end of the charity stream after Spamton was set free. Spamton's freedom was preserved. Spamton has a special message to thank those that helped him out. I know who donated against me, you little worms. And I can admit now, I absolutely voted to keep this guy silent. It seems like he's tortured and has had a horrible existence, but I still don't fully trust him. I think if it will affect anything in the game, we'll come to rue the day that we chose to keep him free. I'm in the minority. I guess we'll see how that plays out. But also, yes, do go wishlist Pikachu Dreams. Please do that. It's a little bit of meme, but I absolutely meant it. So at this point, I believe I would have read off, shared, and explained everything I possibly could have related to these sweepstakes.
Oh boy. It is late, but that was also strangely exhausting. I did not think I was going to have to be doing Spamton voice. Like Spamton lines. I don't know why I didn't think that, but... I do believe that was everything. Oh my god. That was very entertaining. That was a very good video. Like I mentioned at the start, please be sure to check out Two Left Thumbs. Like, at the very least... leave a like on this video, and subscribe to him, and comment, do all that stuff. Support him, and not me. I'm a loser. But anyways, I do believe that was everything. That was that definitely was an event. That was a lot. Please be sure to recommend me more videos that I could potentially watch in the future. And also subscribe to my channel. More videos should be coming hopefully soon. I still need to play the Undertale and Deltarune alternate routes. I did promise that I was going to do that, contrary to what I would rather do, but it's fine. I will hold true to the poll that I held a few months ago, and I will still do that probably soon. I think I mentioned that the last time, but I do genuinely plan on doing that soon. I want to start making more videos here. And I will see you all in the next one. This was very, very fun. Bye-bye.